Hello guys, my name is Kevin, your financial analyst. Today we will talk about Meta. But before we start guys, a small disclaimer is very important. Investing is actually risky, so this is just my personal take on these stocks. So I suggest everyone to also do his own homework. Let's go. Because this is what we actually call a textbook double bottom. Let's see how beautiful it is on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we can clearly see that the bottom is just beautiful. And based on history, the price has always been moving. While touching the 100 moving average, the price is skyrocketing. We also expect, that's what I'm saying. We also expected this move since here because the price came here and react. The prediction were about to continue to reach this level, but somewhere, somehow, the price came down here based on news and also based on price movement. But this double bottom here just reassured that investors were trying to jump in. And based on the recent news, we find out Goldman Sachs just handed Meta investors what I'm calling, like I said, a big gift, because the price skyrocketed from this level to here in just one night. And we can also see that with a big volume. Very important, because volume is what is driving the market. This volume just created in one night. So people who decided to buy because while respecting this double bottom are those who are now holding. They are not stressed anymore like people who want to know when to enter. They're just holding. Gift or no gift, if you are someone who is just a pure technical investors, I don't think you were actually expecting Goldman Sachs gift, because we can call it that way. But if you're someone who is a pure technical investors, based on charts, you can directly know months ago that this was probably a good probable scenario, because based on price movement, this is what we call here the collection of liquidity. We have a liquidity pool here. This is actually a big liquidity pool. So the price coming back here to this liquidity pool, respecting the order block that create the movement with big fair value gap rejection. This is just price movement, and this is textbooks. So Goldman Sachs gift, not gift. They can call it that way, but like I said, if you're just a pure technical investor, this is how the price usually move. Okay, let's look a little bit at the valuation context. When we try to compare one of the Magnificent Seven, Google, Nvidia, and Apple, let's look at the price for per earning. The forward price to earning per share. We can actually see that Meta is 24, Google 30, Nvidia 25, even slower. Apple 31. Meta is actually the slowest. That's why Goldman Sachs decided to upgrade it. But one thing is certain: while Meta is the cheapest growth stocks in the Magnificent Seven with 20% plus earnings, it actually helped investors like Goldman Sachs to just jump in. That's why you saw this big movement. But I know you guys are not here to listen to all these stories, and sometimes actually you just want to cut the videos and jump exactly where you want to enter. But before we continue guys, I would like you to like the videos if you like this kind of content, and in the future it will help me to continue to produce like this, and also it can help the channel to grow a little bit and reach people who can also benefit from this kind of content. And if you guys like this, let me know in the comment your point of view about this, and if you have any kind of comments, advice, or recommendation, what you expect in the next video, I will gladly accept everything. So let's jump directly to the scenario of entering, holding, or maybe selling. Now we are on the weekly time frame. What I like to emphasize is what is the price have been doing recently. Here, this day marked the time that we are starting to grow on the other side of the market, bullish, driven by higher highs, high lows, higher highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. We can clearly see that the price is almost always breaking the latest high with candle close. Very important, not a wick, with candle close. That means that the price will definitely continue to this level. When it breaks this candle close, this level become very important, and the price will come probably here and react and jump. Same scenario, breaking here, this level becomes very important. The price come here and react. Same scenario here, the price come here and react. That's why I'm saying this. We were expecting this move of the double top because the price just respected what he usually do. Price movement, very important. If you are someone who is doing technical analysis, you already know here that is what the price was expected. Big push in the upside is just injection in the money in the market. It doesn't mean that it could influence the movement. Maybe it's faster. That's actually the word. Maybe it's faster, but we can actually see on the daily time frame people are selling. It's not actually a good thing because the price expectation of big banks is actually something like $835 here. 835. This is actually the price expectation here to this level. 835. So you actually expect the price to have small dip and continuation. Now, when to enter? We have a certain level created here. What is the double top telling us? When the double top is created, it creates what we call order block that add value to the push. This level right here is the very key level. This is on the daily time frame. If the price breaks come to this level, this is actually the most likely scenario. If the price come to this level, it will try to create some kind of collection of liquidity before continuing. But we have to also know this. The volume is very important. As you can see here, the push was created by this big volume. Yes. So if you have a big volume breaking this level, this is not a good story. But still, we can buy, we can sell. So if you have this kind of scenario, just think of shorting. But this is most likely the uncommon scenario because when the price is just moving with book momentum and Goldman Sachs, like I said, trying to catch up with other big seven, the price will most likely continue because remember, when the price break a certain level with candle close, it most likely will continue to grow because it means that investors are jumping in massively. So, like I said, I like to work with the weekly time frame because it gives us security when to enter. Just that the risk ratio has to be very well managed. This level right here is actually very crucial because, like I said, the price should be dancing here before continuation. So if you're someone who can actually buy the dip, this level, continuation. Another scenario is this. If it breaks here, you can actually think of buying. But based on price movement, this can also be counted as liquidity. It's actually a very big liquidity pool. As you can see here, we have a lot of millions and billions in the market, almost 2 billions here alone in the market. So this acts as a liquidity pool. Price coming back here to take this liquidity is most likely to react to this major level here and continue. So we have to be careful. And also I like to say this, when it comes to investing, the patience is your best skills because usually when you put money as an investor, it's not to take the profits in the next month or 2 months. I'm talking about people who hold like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So you have to be patient. Don't jump in and then after 1 month you start panicking. My money. No, patience. Patience is key because the first rule, like Buffett like to say, don't lose your money in the market. And the second rules, never forget the first rules. So I'm telling you this, guys, patience is key. So like I said, we have 2 scenarios. On the daily, it's clear. The price coming to this level to go up, you just buy. If the price break this level with volume, retest this level, you can think of shorting. But for those who are holding, continue to hold. Just watch. No need to pray because the Magnificent Seven are just thinking of growing. They are not thinking of crashing. So if this kind of video is on your liking, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.